The second episode of Can This Love Be Translated opens with Hojin returning to South Korea after spending 3 long months overseas. The moment he steps back into familiar surroundings, there's a quiet sense of distance about him, as though part of his mind is still somewhere else. On the drive home, his chauffeur casually brings up the topic of celebrities and trending news, hoping to make conversation. The mention of fame unexpectedly stirs something in Hojin, and his thoughts drift to Muhi. Acting on impulse, he searches for her on Instagram. At that very moment, he becomes her 10,000th follower, and even sends her a brief message, unsure if she will ever see it. Unbeknownst to him, at the exact same time, Muhi suffers an accident on set. She falls during filming and is injured, an incident that will soon alter the course of her life. Some time later, Muhi appears on a popular German talk show. It has only been a few weeks since she woke up from her coma, and the reality of her situation still feels surreal to her. As she listens to the host and the audience applaud, she can hardly believe how dramatically her life has changed. Her Instagram account, once modest, now boasts over 10 million followers, and messages from fans around the world continue to pour in. While preparing backstage, she glances at a mirror, only to see Do-Rami staring back at her instead of her own reflection. The vision is unsettling, leaving her shaken and unsure of what it means. Meanwhile, Hojin arrives at his family home, a massive and old-fashioned house that once belonged to his grandfather. The house feels heavy with memories. Inside, he finds Mr. Kim warmly inviting guests to stay, encouraging them to treat the place as their own. Mr. Kim explains that he had been a close friend of Hojin's grandfather and has been looking after the house ever since. Hojin, however, is distant and businesslike. He asks Mr. Kim to pass a message to his mother, requesting that she remove all her belongings so that he can put the house on the market. It's clear he wants to cut ties with the past rather than preserve it. As days pass, people begin to notice something unexpected online. Fans start recognizing Hojin in one of Muhi's Instagram photos, and speculation spreads rapidly. Around the same time, Muhi learns that Vogue Singapore wants to interview her. Her team quickly arranges something, including hiring a professional interpreter. When Muhi finally meets the interpreter, she is pleasantly surprised to discover that it is Hojin. Their reunion feels oddly fated. During the interview, the topic of the man in her Instagram photo inevitably comes up. Muhi brushes it off lightly, saying he was simply someone who helped her find her way. Still, she admits that the idea of meeting a kind stranger in a foreign place feels strangely romantic. After the interview, Hojin asks to speak with her privately. He confesses that he deliberately accepted the interpreting job because he wanted to ask her something important. Unfortunately, Muhi's schedule is tightly packed. Hojin ends up waiting as she moves on to her next commitment, which includes another talk show appearance. While waiting backstage, he overhears Muhi talking with her assistant in the makeup room. She confides that she keeps replaying her memories of Japan, especially the moments she shared with Hojin, and can't seem to let go. Hojin watches Muhi on the talk show and finds himself completely captivated by her presence. After the broadcast ends, the two of them go for a walk together. Muhi suggests that they finally have dinner as a way of making up for the meal they never got to share in Japan. Hojin agrees, but he insists that it be brief. Over dinner, he straightforwardly asks her to take down the Instagram photo featuring him, explaining that it is causing misunderstandings. Muhi hesitates, pointing out that deleting it might spark even more rumors. Hojin then admits the real reason behind his request. He doesn't want Jiseon to find out that he was in Japan on her birthday. Muhi is taken aback when she learns that he never actually went to see Jiseon that day. After dinner, Hojin tells Muhi that he will contact her manager Yonggu once he has made a final decision about the photo. On the way back, Yonggu casually mentions something that surprises Muhi deeply, that Hojin had visited her in the hospital while she was in a coma, long before her movie became a success and before she gained fame. This revelation sparks Muhi's curiosity, especially about Jiseon, and she begins trying to find out who this woman is. Later that night, Hojin returns home and opens one of his drawers where he finds a small charm. Holding it brings back memories of his trip to Japan, where he first met Jiseon. She had bought matching charms for the two of them, saying they would help them find each other again someday. However, fate had been cruel. The next time Hojin saw Jiseon was when his friend Jin-suk introduced her as his girlfriend. Eventually, Hojin messages Yeongyo and formally asks for the Instagram photo to be deleted. Muhi agrees and removes it. While glancing at Yeongyo's phone, she notices something else. Hojin had repeatedly checked in on her condition while she was hospitalized, clearly worried about her well-being. While riding in her van, Muhi calls Hojin to thank him for visiting her in the hospital. At the same time, Yeongyo suddenly discovers Jiseon's identity. She turns out to be a producer he recognizes, and he blurts this out loudly. Hojin hears everything through the phone and becomes visibly upset. Feeling guilty, Muhi goes to Hojin's house to apologize in person for her curiosity. Hojin, acknowledging her honesty, invites her inside so he can explain everything properly and ensure she doesn't get involved again. Hojin tells her the full story of how he met Jiseon during a trip, how they never reunited as planned, and how she eventually began dating Jin-suk. Muhi quietly asks if things between them would have been different had they gone to dinner that day in Japan. Hojin answers honestly, saying no. He admits that he still visits the island every year on Jiseon's birthday and that his feelings for her haven't faded. Muhi laughs lightly, clarifying that she only wanted to confirm that he doesn't have romantic feelings for her. Hojin agrees, adding that it would be best if they didn't meet again, even though he will continue to support her from afar. The story then shifts to a film festival in Tokyo. As Muhi walks the red carpet, surrounded by flashing cameras and cheering fans, she suddenly sees Dorami again. In the vision, Dorami pushes her and Muhi feels herself falling into a dark, endless hole. She jolts awake just in time to realize that a Japanese actor has caught her before she can fall. The dramatic moment causes chaos among reporters and quickly becomes headline news. Later, after completing a work assignment, Hoji returns to his hotel room exhausted. To his surprise, he finds Muhi crouched outside his door, visibly shaken and in tears. She looks up at him and confesses that her festival, the metaphor she uses to describe her sudden streak of luck and success, feels like it's coming to an end. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I will be back soon with the explanation of the next episode. See you again in my next video.